This is Jackie, and I'm here finally talking with KEVIN LYMAN on my very last day of Warped Tour. Definitely not the last for you, but we're coming up on the home stretch.
Yeah, starting to feel it a little bit. It's almost been, every day's been a last for that market, and we were in New York yesterday, and I was like, wow, it's the last time my bus is going to be parked on this dock where we've always had so many great memories. A lot of families were out yesterday, kids were out, now kids who are now playing in bands, whose parents played in the bands, and it was fun yesterday. I'm never going to get nostalgic because I always want to look forward, and I'm looking forward to a lot of things I have going on in life. But it's still still start to feel it. And then this venue, gosh, what a day today! I mean, perfect weather. I think we're approaching almost 20,000 people here today. Everyone's out there singing along to Simple Plan. So some of those times I take those moments to, I went to the gates yesterday at the end of the day and opened some fences to get the kids out quicker and just watch them all walk by with their faces and go, we've been doing this a long time, and I think in the long run, you stack it up, we've done more good than maybe, we've not perfect. Warp's never been perfect, but, we've left a lot of good memories.
So what made you decide that it was time for an evolution of Warped Tour?
Well, I think I've done everything I can. I've proven everything I can in this. It's the longest running tour in North American history, traveling festival. I've been now in the business for 37 years. I want to focus a little more on the philanthropic and educational side of the world. That's what Warp's always been about. And I think in some senses, we probably should have touted it a little more. We just did our thing. And now I'm getting all these people with this new fend movement I have going on. We have attorney generals out. We have people from Johns Hopkins today. We have all these people coming. And then they walk around and go, you guys do all this stuff? Collect canned food. You have a voice for the innocent. And I go, yes, I've reacted to the times, not only in music, but in the times of what kids need. And lately that's organizations like Hope for the Day with teen suicide or a voice for the innocent. We address some problems with, artists in the past. And we got professionals that come in. I'm not a professional in nothing, to be honest. I really, I just have been I studied people and been able to adjust a festival that has appealed to enough of them to keep it going for almost a quarter century.
And I think your wheels are probably already turning. Wheels are already turning for the 25th anniversary. I'm guessing. I can see it. I can feel it.
Oh, absolutely. We definitely will be doing something with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as they're opening our exhibit in June next year. We're looking maybe very closely at a East Coast and West Coast type of situation, but that wouldn't be like a fixed thing. That would be like, oh, let's do that this year. That's the cool thing about Warped. I could the next year go maybe do something else, and we could maybe do the cruise. We had so much fun with the cruise, and maybe that'll fit into the format. But in the short term, as anyone who's ever God, man, going to college is hard these days, and I'm going to start teaching at USC in Southern California on August 20th. This is my first class, and I was pretty much assigned them the day before we started this 18-day run. And talk about hard, putting how to teach in order. I think I teach in real time, but teaching classes is going to be my challenge coming up. I'm going to be doing some class teaching at USC and rebuilding, building the business up in our branding and marketing side. That we do a lot of brand and work with a lot of people already, and we'll just keep building on that.
Well, I'm a high school English teacher, so if you need any tips, I got your back.
I need some syllabus stuff. That's been the hardest thing, is putting your thoughts into 3 pages.
I've got to put it all in order now. So part of my website, In the Key of Change, is that we merge music with the social causes that bands support. I got my start pretty much on Warped Tour back in 2008 and decided to brand my website merging those two pieces together. So that was why Warped Tour was just such an integral part. It's why I still do band interviews. I talk to bands all the time about what causes are important to them, or if they haven't really gotten a chance to explore one, I kind of help connect them to people. Why do you think causes and philanthropy is so important and a good way to fuse it into the music scene?
Well, I think it's, it goes back through history and music. When I was working in the clubs back in the 80s, we were doing benefits all the time. I did the first Rock for Choice benefits, the Rock the Vote benefits. I produced all those and with people, so we were always doing something. There was this undertone to music. It goes back into the 60s. I grew up in a hippie town and kind of merged into punk rock, and learned through that we need to stand for something. I think taking this neutral ground, I think a lot of bands are trying to do that in the past few years because they were worried that one bad social media post or having an opinion. Yes, if you have an opinion, good chances are 50% of the people are going to hate you, but 50% are going to love you. And I think more and more people are gravitating to people that actually stand for something. We actually have to learn how to talk and put opposing views in the same place again. We can't polarize ourselves. That's what's happening in this country. And I've always believed sometimes that you have opposing points of view. You know, when we put Spam in the parking lot with PETA, they had to learn how to coexist, and people would figure out what they want. Do they want Spam or they want to be PETA? But you can't just say, oh, this is only for this. We've had great luck with head count this year. They just told me we've been killing it on registering voters. The new stuff we're doing with Down to Vote, where people we'll send you a message on your 18th birthday that it's time to go out. You're down to vote. So we try to adapt to the times and what's important.
Tell us a little bit about Fend and the Fend app. The app is very educational. I've been playing around with it for a couple of weeks. Yeah,
Fend, full energy, no drugs, was something that got brought to me through a technology company in Australia. And I said, let's do the case study through Warp. Our audiences have always been engaged. People don't realize our kids always are looking for things. So let's involve them. Then we involve bands like We the Kings and water parks. They're doing some acoustic sets very soon in one of the rooms right near you. But kids who sign up for the app, they've been able to gain points. And using gamification to educate, because everyone likes to play games in society now. We all know that games are part of everything from going to the grocery store to the gas stations or what we do in our pastimes. So we're learning basic things about opioids that are not known through this app, and you get points and you get rewarded. And one of the things that carrying it on will be that if you get enough, the area with the most zip codes that sign up, in the zip code with the most people that sign up, sorry, a little tired after 18 shows, I'm going to come produce a show in your neighborhood for you guys. We're also with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame going to be offering rewards, and I'm just hanging out with Benji and Joel, who are here for one day with Good Charlotte, and they're like, we want to do a Fend tour. We want to dedicate our tour to Fend. So that's awesome, because I think that what we do is we hope that artists will learn that, and that's the message I want to go on. Collect 3 cans of food at your front doors of your shows. Give back to the community a little bit. If you ingrain it in every day of your life, it's easy.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. This is Jackie. Thanks to Chorus FM and In the Key of Change.